In 2024, Klarna replaced 700 customer service agents with AI and told investors the system was doing their work and saving $40 million a year. And then in 2025, Klarna started hiring customer service workers again. The skill was not obsolete. The role definition was. And that distinction between the role and the skill is the most important thing nobody's telling the people currently in these jobs. The companies are not being dishonest when they say AI is replacing customer service, or documentation, or compliance work. It is replacing the repetitive, process-driven, Tier 1 layer of those functions. And the part that follows a script, fills a form, routes a request, or processes a query that has been answered 10,000 times before. But listen, what it is not replacing, because it cannot replace it, is the layer above that, the judgment call. The escalation, the moment where the situation is genuinely novel, the customer is genuinely upset, the legal exposure is genuinely unclear, or when the compliance question requires weighing two competing obligations that no training dataset fully anticipated. So in May 2026, Cloudflare fired 1 in 5 of its workforce on the same day it posted its best quarter in 16 years. The CEO called the eliminated positions support roles and said they would not drive companies forward. That is not a claim about the people in those roles. It's a claim about how those roles were defined. The companies getting this wrong are the ones redefining support roles as the repetitive layer only, and then discovering, like Klarna did, that what they actually need is someone who understands the function well enough to manage the AI doing the repetitive layer. And the people getting this right, they're the ones who figure out which version of their role survives the transition. This is Barely Human Labs. We experiment on modern life in the age of AI. If you want to know what's actually happening before it happens, then subscribe. We cover the stories PR departments wish we wouldn't. Okay, so to understand the scale of what's changing, start with the numbers. Right? So the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that customer service representative employment will decline by roughly 5% between 2024 and 2034, from about 2.8 million workers to about 2.7 million. That sounds manageable, but 5% over a decade in a sector with 3 million workers is 100,000 people whose roles disappear without necessarily being replaced. Goldman Sachs found that 46% of administrative tasks are automatable by current AI tools, 40% of legal tasks, 37% of tasks in architecture and engineering support functions. And these are not just predictions, right? These are documented capabilities of tools that exist today, tools that most companies are actively deploying. So the functioning being automated first are consistent across every sector. Anything that follows a defined process, applies rules to inputs, routes requests to the right place, or produces a standardized output from a standardized input. So that description, it covers a very significant portion of what customer service, HR administration, basic compliance, documentation, data entry, bookkeeping, and project coordination do. Here's the part that most of the coverage of this story misses though. A Gartner survey published in late 2025 found that only 1 in 5 customer service leaders had actually cut agent headcount. The majority, 55%, reported steady headcount while serving more customers. 1/4 had paused new hires. The mass replacement that every AI conference promised by 2025 has not arrived at that scale. Okay, but what has arrived is the redefinition of what these roles are for. Companies that cut aggressively, like Klarna, they've discovered that the Tier 1 layer the AI handles is not the whole function. The Tier 2 layer, like the edge cases, the escalations, the genuinely difficult interactions, they still need humans. And the humans doing that Tier 2 work need to understand the function well enough to manage the AI handling Tier 1. The role has not been eliminated, it's just been restructured around a different kind of task. And so here's the problem. Most people in these roles, they've not been told any of this. What they have been told, by the news coverage, by LinkedIn posts, by their company's communications about AI adoption, is that AI is replacing their job, full stop. No context. No distinction between the Tier 1 repetitive layer and the Tier 2 judgment layer. Just, your job is being replaced. And that framing, it does two harmful things simultaneously. One, it makes the repetitive layer of the work feel more secure than it is because if the whole job is going, why change anything now? And then it makes the judgment layer feel less valuable than it is because if the job category is dying, why develop deeper expertise in it? Both conclusions are wrong, and both lead people toward exactly the wrong response. The roles being restructured most quickly share a common feature. The repetitive layer is large. Customer service, data entry, basic compliance, accounts payable, standard HR queries. In all of these, the majority of daily work volume is predictable and rule-based. The AI can, and does, handle that volume better and cheaper than humans. But the judgment layer in each of these functions has actually become more valuable as the AI takes the volume. Okay, and here's why. When the AI handles Tier 1 queries, the humans who remain handle only the cases the AI could not resolve. That means every case that reaches a human is, by definition, complex. The customer is frustrated that the AI couldn't help them. The legal question has no clear precedent. The compliance situation involves competing obligations the automated checklist didn't anticipate. So the AR issue involves context that a policy document doesn't cover. The humans doing this work need to understand the function more deeply than the people doing Tier 1 work ever did. And they need to understand the AI's decision-making well enough to know why it failed on this particular case and what the human intervention should be. That's a more sophisticated role than the one it replaced. It pays more. There are fewer openings. The bar for entry is higher. The question is whether the people currently in these roles are positioning themselves for that version of the job, or if they're waiting for a version that's no longer being hired. If you've ever done skilled work in a role that gets described as support and wondered whether what you actually know has any value, this channel is for you. Subscribe. Here is what the AI-adjacent version of each of these roles looks like. This isn't a list of hypothetical future jobs. These are roles that are currently being hired, currently underbid, and currently going to the people who understood the transition before everyone else did. Customer service and call center work. The AI handles Tier 1 queries. What it cannot do is manage a genuinely angry customer, right? It can't make a judgment call about whether to retain a client who has a legitimate complaint against the company, or decide when a company policy should be bent because the letter of it produces an obviously wrong outcome. The AI-adjacent role is customer experience operations. Someone who designs the escalation pathways, who manages the quality of the AI's Tier 1 responses, and who handles the cases that the AI flags for human review. Every company deploying AI customer service is discovering they need this person. Human Resources Administration. The AI handles onboarding paperwork, policy queries, leave tracking, and basic screening. What it cannot do is manage the human reaction to a redundancy process, or identify that an employee's pattern of absences might indicate a mental health issue rather than a performance problem, or build the kind of trust that makes organizational change survivable. The AI-adjacent role is people operations, someone who uses the AI's outputs to inform human decisions rather than replace them. Change management and culture work are specifically growing as AI automates the transactional layer. Legal assistance and paralegal functions. Goldman Sachs found 44% of legal tasks are automatable. That means 56% are not. The tasks that are not automatable are the ones requiring judgment. Novel legal situations, contract negotiations involving competing interests, risk assessment where the precedent is genuinely unclear. The AI-adjacent role is legal operations. So it's someone who manages the automation of the contract review pipeline, who oversees the quality of AI-generated drafts and identifies which outputs require qualified review. AI governance is specifically a growth specialty. Every company deploying AI needs someone who understands the legal exposure when the AI gets something wrong. Compliance analysts. This is the function where AI displacement and AI opportunity are most directly in conflict with each other. So the AI automates standard auditing and checklist-based reporting. And then at the same time, the EU AI Act, emerging US AI regulation, and sector-specific AI governance requirements are creating significant demand for compliance professionals who understand AI systems specifically. And the AI-adjacent role is model risk management, Someone who understands both the compliance function and the AI systems being deployed. There's currently a significant shortage of people who can do both. Documentation writers and technical communicators. So with this one, the AI can produce a first draft of almost any document faster than a human can, right? What it cannot do, though, is determine whether the document is accurate, whether the structure serves the reader's actual needs, or whether the knowledge it's trying to capture has been understood correctly. The AI adjacent role is knowledge architecture. Someone who designs the systems that the AI draws from. Someone who manages the quality of AI-generated content and builds the organizational knowledge infrastructure that makes AI outputs reliable. Prompt engineering for documentation systems is a specific skill that's currently undersupplied. Quality assurance testers. Manual regression testing is being automated, but AI systems themselves need to be tested. The testing AI requires a different skill set than testing traditional software. Red teaming, which involves deliberately trying to make AI systems fail, is a growing specialism. AI test strategy, designing the test coverage for AI-assisted development, is another. So the people who understand software quality from manual testing are well positioned for this transition because they understand what failure looks like. Project coordinators and administrative managers. The AI handles meeting notes, status updates, task tracking, and scheduling. But what it cannot do is it can't navigate organizational politics, identify when a project is off track because of a human relationship problem rather than a process problem, or it can't build the cross-functional trust that makes complex projects survivable. So the AI adjacent role is agentic workflow design. Someone who architects the automated processes the AI executes, identifies where human oversight is required, and manages the transition between AI-handled and human-handled work. Data entry and processing roles. If the job is entering data, the AI does it better, period. The job that survives is data quality oversight. It's someone who understands what the data is supposed to represent well enough to identify when the automated process has produced an error. Automation management is the adjacent function, so it's someone who runs the pipeline and handles the exceptions. Bookkeeping and accounts payable. Standard invoice processing and reconciliation are automated. The function that remains is financial operations management, so it's someone who oversees the automation, handles the complex transactions it cannot process, and provides the analytical layer that turns automated bookkeeping into financial intelligence. FP&A support is specifically growing as AI handles the transactional layer of finance. Content moderation. Volume moderation is being automated. What remains is policy development, so deciding what the rules should be. And high-stakes moderation decisions that involve genuine ambiguity, cultural context, or legal exposure. Trust and safety strategy is the adjacent role. And it's growing specifically because automated moderation is creating new categories of edge case that need human policy frameworks. The pattern across all of these functions is the same. The AI is taking the Tier 1 repetitive layer, the Tier 2 judgment layer is not being automated. It is being elevated because now every case that reaches it is one the AI could not handle. The workers who understand that distinction will find that their expertise is more valuable, not less. The workers who do not will find that the Tier 1 layer they were operating in has been removed from under them. Klarna replaced 700 people and then hired them back. The ones who got rehired, the ones who understand what the AI could not do, those are the ones whose jobs were actually safe the whole time. This is Barely Human Labs. We experiment on modern life in the age of AI. Subscribe because the next Cloudflare earnings call is happening somewhere right now, and your CFO is on it.